Hi, I'm Meg Harrison. I own BlackWing Farms, and that, of course, is blackwingfarms.com. The website is almost as chatty as I am, so please jump down that rabbit hole with me anytime you want. We do flower essences. That's our primary. We use homeopathics, and we also use essential oils. Anything that is flower-based, plant-based. I call it trees, weeds, and flowers. And a weed, I love this definition. A weed is called a weed because the people have not found its purpose yet. So in the next segment, I'm going to talk about dandelion, and that is a weed to most people, but not to me as a practitioner of this. My inspiration comes from people, and it comes from people who care about pets. That's how this all started. And they had horses. We don't like to call horses pets, not in that world. However, they're with us. They're our companions. So I don't deal with animals in the wild, only if they have to come into captivity to be taken care of for a certain period of time. Even if it's a lifetime, I want them to help assimilate to the new environment. So a flower essence simply, very, very simply, is literally flower tops, or maybe a leaf of a tree, like a leaf of an oak tree. I love oak, floated in water and set in the sun for a period of time. 20 minutes is a 1x potentization. Some people who know homeopathy know that. We talk about 30x, we talk about 100C, we even go up to 1M, etc. However, in our world, this was created for lay people, created for the non-professional, the non-scientific person back in the 1930s, because we could help ourselves, we could help our own families, etc. So I took it a step further, and that was 30 years ago. I got into a really bad horse wreck. It happens. And when I got back to the barn, 45 minutes after the horse did, which is, of course, its own story, the woman was giving the horse flower essences, and then me, and then the horse, and then me. And I went, "What are you doing?" And she said, "You all went through a trauma, and y'all need flower essences right now." And so the horse and I shared the same flower essence. I go, "I've been using that stuff for 15 years. My entire life changed in that moment. My entire life took literally a 180. I didn't turn my back on anything, but I brought all that knowledge that I had gained studying Dr. Edward Bach. I had taken all that knowledge that I had gained from studying plants and flowers and trees, and took that with me, but then went with the animals. And I found that I could help these incredibly difficult, damaged, and dangerous animals, horses, 1,200 pounds, and I was not their favorite person in the world, but we became friends. We became friends by being able to eliminate that trauma. Let me jump in really quickly and go forward by quite a few years. I went to Hurricane Katrina. I went to help that one CNN dog that jumped in the brackish water in downtown New Orleans and chased after the helicopter because his person was in that helicopter. And I'm sobbing, and I know my stuff. I know my remedies. I know what I have. However, I didn't have one specific remedy for that dog, that person, that situation. So I made Shelter Blend, and I just kept blending. And I said, this dog is going to he's going to have to feel safe with strangers. He's going to have to trust them. He's going to have to assimilate his food and adjust to his new environment. He's going to have to be adaptable. He jumped off that rooftop into that water and chased after the helicopter. He might not ever find his person, as we know, in that chaos. And that's another story we'll talk about later. I did meet the man. Amazing. At any rate, so I'm in my backyard, literally, mixing all of these different things into the Shelter Blend. And so I have homeopathics in there for negative memory. I have, oh my gosh, that's Arnica montana. I have incredible flowers for trust, for assimilation, etc., adaptation. What I did at that time, I knew that I could help the animals. So I had my Shelter Blend. I had my Drama Trauma, which had already been proven for panic in the moment. What I didn't have was something for the people, something very, very special for the people down there, as we saw that they were displaced. not even rehomed yet. They were living in shelters. They were in cots. They were in the back of their pickup trucks. And I needed something for them as well. And so what I did was I added a beautiful high altitude grown Bulgarian lavender to my shelter blend. And I made hundreds of them with my friends who just showed up and helped. And we made paper labels out of the printer, and we put shipping tape around the outside so they wouldn't get wet. And we made hundreds of bottles, and we called it Permission to Enjoy. It is an amazing blend for getting through one more day, for seeing our best, for doing our best, for feeling the support that we're getting around us. I have definitely talked long enough today. I just want to thank you for being here. Thank you for loving BlackWing Farms. We are so proud of what we do and continue to do, and as we have since 1907. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Animals Inside Out, brought to you by BlackWing Farms. If you know anyone who could benefit from today's episode, please consider sharing it. Also, if you want to learn more about BlackWing Farms and the incredible natural remedies for mental, physical, and emotional needs of animals, go to blackwingfarms.com and enter Animals Inside Out for 10% off your next purchase. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts, and we'll see you in the next episode.